glad you're back. You know, we've become really good friends over the last couple of weeks, and I want to tell you about a secret that you need to have in your flower shop all the time. It's my favorite product, Clear Crown and Glory. Some of you may be using it already, and some of you maybe have never heard of it. But for all of you today, we're going to talk about what Crown and Glory does specifically that helps you build your business. It's going to allow you to keep your flower product 26% longer, and there's some secret tricks and tips that we're going to give you only on JTV. Got a couple flowers, and we know that water travels up the flower stem, evaporates off its face. That's called transpiration. What Clear Crown and Glory is an anti-transpirant. It stops that process and makes the flower last 26% longer. We take our Crown and Glory and we coat the head of the flower. We want to make sure that we spray it front and back and coat it completely. We shake off the excess, and what happens is the Crown and Glory will now dry and create a clear plastic coating that's going to hold all that moisture inside the flower. It's a very important process. It's going to make this flower last 26% longer than this one. Now also remember that that doesn't qualify as spraying something with Crown and Glory. We need to make sure that the entire face of the flower, front and back, is covered with this great product. You know, Crown and Glory is simply a liquid plastic that's suspended in water. That makes it have a lot of great attributes. There are other anti-transpirants that are out there. Some of them have ammonia, some of them have oil, some of them have wax in them. All of those things aren't good for your flowers. But Crown and Glory, with its water and plastic base, can be used on anything. That's the important part. So, Stephanotis, no problem. Gardenias, no problem. Any flower type works with Crown and Glory, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, let's talk about a practical application with it if we're talking about flowers themselves. I've got a little arrangement over here. And this little arrangement, we're going to take that when we've finished it, we're going to spray it with Crown and Glory, front and back. Again, making sure that we knock off the excess, and then that can go directly into our cooler or go out for delivery. Doesn't make any difference. But now we know this flower product is going to last for a long, long time. Because of the water base, it dries down to 28 degrees. So you can spray your products and place them directly in the cooler. Great example, a Boutonniere. Let's take a look at this little Boutonniere that we've got here. We're all finished, we've created it, we've wired it together. Bring out our Crown and Glory, coat it front and back, shake off that excess, place it into our box, seal it up, and put it directly in the cooler. We don't have to wait for it to dry because it's going to be safe and sound inside. You know, there's a secret trick I learned a long time ago about Crown and Glory, and it involves one of our enemies, lily pollen. You know, you get these beautiful lilies in, but we've got the pollen inside there. And we can remove that pollen ourselves with our hands. And of course, when we get in there with all that, we got that great lily pollen on our fingers and everything. Simply using our Crown and Glory, we spray that, a nice good amount, it falls right off our fingers. Better yet, a little bit of that Crown and Glory coating our lily profusely makes that pollen run right off. So now we have a beautiful lily that doesn't have the pollen stains. You know what? I don't know why it works. It just does. That's the kind of secrets you learn here on JTV. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the urban legends that accompany Crown and Glory itself. You know, for years people have said you should dilute Crown and Glory. Well, you know, it's just like a fine liquor. You don't want to dilute it, you want to use it full strength. When we put the product on our flowers, we want to make sure it's there in its full value. That's going to give you the best value that allows you to make your flowers last 26% longer. Used to be in the olden days, Crown and Glory was a little bit more expensive, and people felt like they needed to dilute it to save a little bit of money. But it doesn't make any sense to save money when you're shortening the vase life of your flowers. Used properly, Crown and Glory extends your vase life 26%. That gives your flowers a quarter more life for everyone who wants to enjoy them. That's the fun part about Crown and Glory. The other thing that people worry about all the time is, what flowers can I spray Crown and Glory on? Crown and Glory can be sprayed on anything. We can spray it on gardenias, we can spray it on freesia, we can spray it on any delicate flowers. That's the important part. It's simply a liquid plastic suspended in water. This product is great. You know, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't put anything on my flowers that I wouldn't put on myself. So, cheers. You know, I'm actually 74 years old, so Crown and Glory works great that way too. You know, dark colored flowers generally show off pigment a lot more. And it used to be, when we had the old version of Crown and Glory, that white substance would show up on darker colored red flowers. But today, it doesn't make any difference. We have one flower that's been sprayed with Crown and Glory and one that's not. And you can't tell the difference. The clear Crown and Glory simply dries completely transparent, so it's not a problem. Also, cleanup's a breeze. I don't have to worry about Crown and Glory, simply a liquid plastic and water. A little bit of paper towel cleans it up just fine. So it's an easy product for me to use, and I don't have to worry about having any special products around to clean up after it. Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned a lot about our essential tool, Clear Crown and Glory. It's my favorite product. I know it's going to be yours too. We use it on everything, and it allows us to make our flowers last 26% longer. That's so great for your bottom line. It's wonderful. The fact that we don't dilute it, we use it full strength all the time. Also, it allows us to put our flowers in the cooler because it dries down to 28 degrees. So no problems there. Everything's ready for delivery and out onto the road. And you know, we can use Crown and Glory on any product, anytime, anywhere.